Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video and your daily update, of course, on Bitcoin. We're going to do a full update. Wanted to talk about some fundamentals. There's some interesting things going on. Yesterday, even though we have pulled back for the majority of the move, to be fair, yesterday was still a good day. We got some nice volume in the market, and we also got some nice price action. The thing is, and we'll talk about that a little bit later as well. If you zoom out. We're kind of stuck or we're kind of sandwiched in between two very strong key levels, where at the top you have 107,000, a little bit above that, but that is very much the key resistance level that I'd say we need to break above. And then to the downside, luckily we also have strong support around 102,000, which has moved up a little bit with the trend. So therefore my null hypothesis is basically that we will remain relatively stable, but then having a good day on a Tuesday, which was also expected. I mean, historically, at least if you go back over the last month, Tuesday was quite good. It's still good to actually see some volume coming in and some bullish momentum. So ultimately, good news, but I think it's more likely for Bitcoin, and we'll talk about that a little bit later, to get some stability, at least today, but also in the foreseeable future. So, first of all, let's talk about some fundamentals. So the fundamentals are quite good. You can see S&P 500 yesterday has pulled up, and then today, pre-market, it's also trading higher. We still have a pretty large Coinbase Bitcoin premium as well, so there's still quite a lot of bidding coming in from Coinbase, which usually means that there's bidding coming in from the US, and that's also what we have seen, right? At least if you take a look at, this is Injective, my apologies, but if you take a look at the last month for Bitcoin, it's really been the US pulling up Bitcoin. And then one of the things that we saw last week, which was which caused quite a lot of bearish pressure, was first of all that the US started selling, but then outside of that also that Asia started selling, right? And that also happened over the course of Friday and the weekend last week. And so far this week, or at least since yesterday morning, that has stopped. All right, so not only has the Asia selling stopped, which I know is very small, but it's, well, I can show you here as well. Yeah, so you can see right here, the Asia selling has stopped since, I would argue, yesterday morning. Right here, June the 3rd, and then we also started seeing some more buying coming in from the US. So that's good news. Now, Wednesday normally is a little bit of a quiet day, so I'm not expecting too much right now. So that's also why I'm saying, in the foreseeable future, at least today, I expect stability from Bitcoin. But ultimately, seeing that bullish momentum yesterday is a good sign. Now, if we really talk about the short-term price action for Bitcoin here, I'm going to have to leave you with not too much, right? And the simple reason for that is that I can name as many reasons to be slightly bearish, or at least to expect a move into 103,500, as I can find reasons for to get a move into 107, 108,000. All right. So on the 4-hour time frame, we've been unable to break above the downtrend right here. And we've been unable to break above the 7-day rolling VWAP. On the other side, we have held the 12-hour uptrend right here, and the 30-day rolling VWAP, right? So ultimately, we have a very, very tight range right here between 106,000 and 104,800, and we're waiting for one of those two levels to break to get some more confirmation. I would say, just to be safe, I would say assume some sort of a pullback right here, right? If we are assuming that this is some sort of a range, I would say we have hit the upper bounds of the range right here. Like I said, on the 4-hour time frame, we've been unable to reclaim the uptrend with strength. So therefore, I have a slight bias towards expecting a lower into 104.8, into 103.5. But that is also very much still dependent on the news, of course. Bitcoin is still very sensitive to news. And then outside of that, I mean, ultimately, I cannot really do a full prediction on Bitcoin when we are within the range, right? Ultimately, I expect us to stay within this range, right? So within 107.5, and for now 103.5. So whether we first get a move down and then up, or first up and then down, both are possible. Like I said, for the reasons I've given you earlier, I am slightly leaning towards a move down before a move up right here. But yeah, I'll try my best to keep you updated on X in all of my videos. But for now, the main thing you should know is that we're just going to be stable, or at least that looks most likely. So those are my thoughts. If you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.